Hello and welcome. You're with timesofIndia.com. I am Akash Dasgupta. All right, now Super Saturday around the corner now for all you big IPL fans out there. Let's talk about the first match of Saturday, the 15th of April. It will be an afternoon game played at 3:30 p.m. IST. This one will be in Bengaluru, so it will feature the home team, the Royal Challengers Bangalore, who are still looking for that first title, and they'll be up against a team that is struggling the most really in IPL 2023, the Delhi Capitals, who are also incidentally looking for their maiden IPL trophy. Now, as far as the weather in Bangalore is concerned, for this match, the high will be about 35, the low around 20. Patchy clouds, but only in the evening. So overall, the match shouldn't be affected at all by weather, and that's of course good news. If you look at the two teams now, one by one, RCB first. They've so far played 3, they've won 1 and they've lost 2, and they're coming off 2 back-to-back losses. But the one that really would have hurt them the most would have been the last one, where they lost that match to Lucknow Super Giants heartbreakingly really by 1 wicket. So many things that just didn't go RCB's way. It was a match that looked like it was in their pocket. It looked like a match that they would win at a canter, but it just didn't go their way, and there's so many things that they need to leave behind them. They need to just forget it and move on. Things like Harshal Patel not being able to whip off the bails at the non-strikers end to run out Ravi Bishnoi, which would have effectively ended the match and RCB would have won. The fact that DK fumbled the ball off the last delivery, the fact that they lost the game, a match that they should have won. They should forget all of that. This really was another reminder of just how unpredictable this format can really be, this format of T20 cricket. No one would have expected this match to turn, but then in walks someone like a Nicholas Puran and turns the match on its head, and that's what we can sometimes expect in a T20 game, and that's the unpredictability of it all. That's what RCB really need to keep reminding themselves. They are doing pretty much everything right. They just need to regroup very quickly. The good news for them is that they've had a 4-day break now, so that gives them ample time, of course, to regroup and recalibrate. The other good news for them is that the top order is firing on all cylinders. Glenn Maxwell also joined the party in the last match. So if you look at the way Virat Kohli, Faf du Plessis and Glenn Maxwell are doing, they were phenomenal in the last match, of course. All 3 scoring 50s. In fact, one very interesting statistical point that I wanted to make here. Overall in IPL history, there have been only 5 instances, if you can believe it, of the top 3 batsmen scoring 50s in an IPL match. And we've already had 2 instances in this season, one by the Rajasthan Royals and one by RCB, which was of course in the last match with Virat, Faf and Maxwell all scoring half centuries. Another batsman I want to talk about, Dinesh Karthik. He's of course also the wicket keeper. He's the designated finisher and a floater in that playing 11. He needs bigger scores. In the last match, of course, he managed to face just 1 delivery. So that of course is not a parameter, but going by what he's done in the matches before that, we know how explosive he can be with the bat. He has shots all around the wicket, and there will come a time when he will need to finish off a match for RCB. So he needs to get into the groove very quickly. Also, RCB, if you look at their batting lineup, it looks like they have a rather long tail, right? DK batted at 4 in the last match, Mahipal Lomror at 5, Shahbaz Ahmed at 6, and then post that you have someone like David Willey, Wayne Parnell, Harshal Patel, Mohammad Siraj and Karn Sharma. If the top order does not fire, then this playing 11 could be vulnerable. On the bowling front, the good news is that the bowling unit overall is doing rather well. They of course couldn't restrict LSG in the last match, but that was of course down to the heroics of the likes of Stoinis, Puran and also Ayush Badoli. Overall in the last match, Siraj and Wayne Parnell, 3 wickets each for them. Siraj, phenomenal again. Fantastic economy rate of 5.5. Parnell was a tad bit expensive, but that is to be expected in a T20 match now and then. Harshal Patel took 2, Karn Sharma took 1. The main thing for them that they have to look at doing in terms of their bowling is to control the runs leakage in the death overs, whether they're bowling first or bowling second. Also, if you look at the other team now, Delhi Capitals. Now, this is a team that's really rife with problems, isn't it? 4 straight losses for Delhi, still struggling to get onto the scoreboard in terms of registering that first win. As far as their batting is concerned, you take David Warner out of that mix and everyone else seems to be struggling. But before I talk about the other batsmen, I wanted to quickly touch upon the concerning bit as far as Warner himself is concerned, and that of course is his strike rate. It's become a big talking point, of course, this season. He's got 350s in the 4 matches that he's played, but his strike rate is hovering around 114 or so. He seems to be a shadow really of that explosive self of his that we all come to know, especially in the IPL over the years. And the others, they are just not sort of chipping in. In the last match that DC played against Mumbai Indians, they lost that match by 6 wickets. And as many as 5 batsmen, the likes of Prithvi Shaw, Manish Pandey, Yash Dhul, Rovman Powell, Lalit Yadav, combined scored 49 runs. And that's just not done, is it? In particular, Shaw and Pandey, they need to step up and start scoring. No team can have a backup player for every player. And there are some players who just have to perform, and these two fall into that bracket. DC could maybe look to shake things up a bit, ring in multiple changes perhaps if needed. Akshar scored a 25 ball 54, fantastic with the bat of course in the last match. That's the reason they managed to reach 172 against Mumbai, but that too wasn't enough. It was a respectable total, but it could not be defended. And Akshar really is not going to bail out the team in every match, and neither will Warner. So the others really have to step up to the plate and start delivering. As far as the bowling is concerned, in the last match, the concerning bit was strike bowlers like Nokia, Akshar and Kuldeep went wicketless. DC could maybe look to give someone like the young Kamlesh Nagarkoti a run. He's someone who can bowl in excess of 140. He's shown that to us time and time again. He's a sharp fielder as well. And also, if it is his day, he can wield that long handle rather effectively. They also, remember, have Ishant Sharma, an India and IPL veteran in their ranks. Mitchell Marsh, the man of the series in the ODI series against India before the IPL, he didn't really set the stage on fire in the opportunities he got before this. Now he's missing a few games because he's back home for his own wedding. Once he's back, he's of course going to bolster the DC side, but as of now, they don't have his services. I have to keep going back again to the Rishabh Pant factor. Him going and not being available because of course, the multiple injuries that he picked up in that car accident of his, that really has upset DC's balance, hasn't it? And the likes of Ricky Ponting and Saurav Ganguly really need to find a way to make this team start winning, because where they are right now is the nightmare really for every team. When you're in that rut and you're on a losing streak, no team wants that. And so far they've played 4, lost 4. They need to snap this streak as quickly as possible. And they'll be up against a very determined RCB team who will be of course smarting from that very narrow loss to LSG in a match which they should have won. So as far as the verdict for this match is concerned, the Chinnaswamy, last match the RCB played, they made 212. Overall, they seem to have the superior firepower if you compare the two teams, and they also seem to have the more incisive bowlers. So for this match, I'm going to go with RCB.